Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is just a continuation of the first video, but I didn't want to bore people if you really understood what was going on. So now we're looking at purple people eaters. I have one horn as dominant, no horns as recessive. So I've decided that capital H is going to be horns and lowercase h is going to be no horn. So I am looking at drawing a Punnett square of somebody who is hybrid for horns. Hybrid and heterozygous mean the same thing. So that is going to be big H, little h. And I'm going to cross that with an individual that does not have any horns. Well, the only way I get that is little h, little h. So as before, I'm going to go through and I'm going to fill in. I'm going to take this side and I'm going to go across. So up here I have big blue H's, and down here I have little blue H's. And then from my top one, I'm going to take that and I want to take those down. Now this time it's going to be all little H's. Okay, hopefully you're feeling pretty comfortable with that. Now remember, my genotype, my genetic makeup, it's always going to be a two-letter combination, and it's always these three: big, 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 little, and little, little. Please remember that little, big is the same thing as big, little. It doesn't make any difference. So when I go up here and I look, I have 0 squares that have big H in it, so that is 0%. I have 1, 2 squares that have big H, little h in it, so that is 50%. And then I have 1, 2 squares that have little h, which makes that 50%. Always adds up to 100. Got to make sure to double check my work. Now my two phenotypes, remember phenotype is physical characteristic. It was horn and no horn. You always write the dominant one first so that then you can do the addition method. So up here, we'll do box counting. I'm going to start box counting recessive. The only way that I get no horn is if I have little h, and I have 1, 2 boxes that are little, which means that I have 50% that are no horn. In order to get a horn, I need big, little, or big, big. So I have 1, 2 boxes that are that, and again, that 50% plus 50% adds up to 100%. I can double check my work. Also remember, the addition method, if I always write them in this order, if I take these two, they'll always add up to this, and this one here will always add up to this one. Now I'm going to scroll on down to my green leaf Lubo plants. This again, it's a little bit more of a complicated wording. Remember, your worksheet won't be this bad. So what I want, this first sentence tells me I have green leaf, it's crossed with a yellow striped leaf plant. It produces all green leafed plants. That means that green is dominant, so I have big G is green, little g is yellow. If you put Y here, this is a problem because Y is a different gene. Don't do that. So the offspring of crossing, so what I am doing is I am crossing 2 heterozygous green-leafed luo plants. Okay, so both parents are heterozygous, so I'm going to have one that is big, little, and then I'm going to have the other that is big, little. Again, I'm going to go through here. I'm going to take my blue letters across, and yes, I know that I'm putting my little g second, even though it's blue, because you guys by now know that I'm a nutter that likes my capital letters first. Okay, then I'm going to take my red letters down and fill all of that in. Again, here we go. 3 options: big, 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 little, or little big, and little, little. I have 1 box that is big, big. That is 25%. I have 1, 2 boxes that are big, little. That is 50%. And I have 1 box that is little, little. Again, adds up nicely to 100%. All good to go. My 2 potential phenotypes were green leaves or yellow striped leaves. Okay, so the only way I get yellow striped is if I go little, little. So I have 1 box that is little, little. That's 25%. And then I have 3 boxes that have at least 1 capital letter in it. That is 75%. Again, adds up to 100%. If it doesn't add up to 100, something's wonky. And also remember, I can take these, it will add up to this, and I will take that and add it up to that. Please feel free to watch these as many times as you need for help, and you can always email me or set up some time to chat. Thanks, guys.